I found that bungalow, and I had sold the townhouse because I really couldn't afford it. I just could not make that life
The one in
work. The one
Clinton
in
Hill? Not
in,
Clinton
no,
Hill,
it was
Cobble
in-
Hill?
Yeah, it was
Like around...
Cobble Hill, Carroll Gardens.
Oh, all right.
Sort of that
like
border.
the Court Street, Smith Street corridor?
Yeah, closer to Smith. And
Okay.
then, and so I was able to get the bungalow and, fixed it up. And I moved in April of 2012 and, found a contractor, figured out what I wanted to do at the place, and, had renovations done, which finished around the first week of October.
Oh my God.
2012. So yeah, it was an experience. But in the meantime, I was surfing. I was sort of trying it out on my own a little bit. I can't remember exactly when I got my first board that kind of allowed me to go out on my own.
Okay.
But yeah.
And now you're riding a Stewart?
Yes. Now I am riding a 9. It's a 9.0
That's
soft
pretty
top.
small, I have to say.
Soft top.
That's.
So yeah, I have worked my way down from the 9.6 to the 9.0. But I actually sometimes, I will ride anything basically between 9 and 10 feet. 9 is just a good go-to size for me because if it has enough volume, just because I feel like, it's not so much board that I get kind of, freaked out by it, but it's enough that I can actually, it'll float me, and I can turn it. That was part of the reason that I wanted that Stewart, which I am still. So that board has a little less volume than my other boards, but it's just more maneuverable.
Okay.
And so, because I'm trying to work on everything. Right?
Isn't it amazing? Here we are. We're not kids, but
Yeah.
we're and I'm the same. I mean, I want to, get on better boards.
Right. But I will say, I was in Santa Cruz in July of this year, and I was on a 10-foot foamy with like a thruster setup, because I usually I like a single fin, but this was a thruster, and partly because it was Santa Cruz, I had like one of the best sessions of my life, where I was up and riding and actually able to turn and maneuver. And so I think it's not like I feel like there's no set perfect board that is the right board for every single situation. Right?
There's
right?
not.
And so it's like, 9 foot is good. I've only really been on anything shorter than a 9 foot once or twice, and only once did one of those sessions go well. So, that's my go-to size.
9 foot. Yeah,
9 foot.
That's great.
But I'll go longer and be perfectly happy.
Yes.
I've been on an 11-foot board in Montauk and been perfectly happy. So.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm not 11, but still big. I'd rather err on a size large than because I know I can surf that.
Right.
It might be a little bulky, but I'm going to get rides.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And even while we're talking, I want you to take a look at this wave right here. That is a good wave.
Yes. Now that. I'm not okay.
Now,
so
is that here? Because I'm seeing an airplane.
This is not. This is me.
Okay.
But I'm not actually on that wave.
Okay.
So this is sort of a photo illustration.
Okay.
That's what this is. But this, I was on a wave that was probably not quite this big. It was probably about.
That's a good size
wave.
It
was probably about.
Okay, so say stomach
waist,
high in a position.
It was stomach
to shoulder, stomach to chest.
Okay. And that was in Montauk. And that was probably one of those 11-foot boards. That's like, because I've only ever been on like a 10 or 11-foot board out there. Because that's not my board.
No, but that's good. Your stance is good. I mean, that's
yeah. But that wave was it didn't look great in the picture, and so they found that one.
Okay. Well, I'm going to see if they can change it and put my head on there. But you look good. You look good.
That was a fun session for me. I remember that session. So that is a picture that's from a picture that I keep. There just happened to be a photographer that day, and I found, and the school let me know about it, and so I bought a couple, and so I have one that's printed out that I keep like on the wall above my desk because I just need to remind myself sometimes, like, okay, yes, you can sometimes do something that approximates surfing or actually is surfing, right? And because I go through periods, like even out here, where sometimes I'm like, I can't do anything in these waves. And it's very easy to kind of get frustrated and get down on yourself. And, I mean, I suffer from the feeling that I figured everything out too late in life, right? I found Rockaway too late. I found surfing too late. I should have become a writer earlier. I've done this earlier. And so it's very easy for me to slip into that kind of,
Oh, I could go there, but the reality
but it's bad to go there.
That's it. So. It is bad to go there because today's the day.
Right.
And whether you were surfing for 50 years or surfing for 12 years, it does not matter.
Right.
Today's the day.
Right.
So
exactly.
Here we are, we're suiting up in 2022, and it's not 1985.
Yeah. But one thing that I did kind of learn, and I just sometimes have to remind myself, is that unless there's like a thunderstorm, unless there's thunder and lightning, or the waves really are too big, or it's a dangerous situation, there is almost always something that I can do in the water to improve the practice, right? Even if I'm not going to catch waves, or even if I'm not going to get to my feet, there is something that I can do out there to, one, to just be in the water, which is a great thing, but two, to improve the practice. So some days it's like, you know what, I'm not going to be able to catch those waves, but I could paddle around, right? I could
get comfortable with the energy.
I could try to catch some whitewater and just steer the board and see how that goes, right? So there's usually some thing that I can be doing in between those sessions where I actually feel like I'm really surfing.
That's good, and it's amazing because I'm with you 1,000%, by the way.
Yeah.
And here we are, I'm not, I remember having so much tunnel vision when it came to basketball, but that was, you were going from playing grade school to high school to hopefully playing college and whatnot, and then it's, it goes to the side. But here I am, I'm a grown man, and I'm really focusing on, I really want to get out there. I got to improve. I got to get my arms and my lungs because the days are going to come that are for me. And, and it is a very frustrating thing because who wants to do something they're not having fun at?
Exactly.
But the thing is, it's the fun we had, and we know that, those waves, that that's waiting for me. I just have to.
Right.
And it's hard. A lot of people don't. Not everybody continues surfing.
Right.
A lot of people quit.
I know.
They give it up, man. That's why you see surfboards for sale on Craigslist all the time. And it's not because they're getting a new board. It's because they stopped.
They stopped, yeah.
But I'm with that, and I'm like, it's not how many times you fall down. It's how many times you get back up. And it's never over until you stop. As long as you don't stop, it is not over.
Exactly.
And not just that it's not over, that you're continuing going out taking a beat until the reward comes.
Right.